A woman is found lifeless, her face painted like a clown, makeup smeared under her eyes like tears of grease paint. She was Marion Isaguirre, a 26-year-old whose final hours remain one of the most disturbing, unsolved mysteries to come out of Spain in recent decades. But here's the thing. No one can agree on what really happened to her. Was she the victim of a violent killer who left her painted as some grotesque message? Did she fall into a subculture of a cult or artistic rituals gone too far? Or was it something else entirely, something nobody dares say aloud? This story begins not with Marion's life, but with her death. And it begins in a place no one expected. The discovery. It was early morning in Madrid. A jogger passing through an industrial side street noticed something strange near an abandoned warehouse. A figure slumped against the wall. When police arrived, they found Marion. She wasn't carrying any identification. Her face was painted stark white, with exaggerated lips and black dripping eyes. Not professionally, more like someone rushed or even forced the makeup onto her. The scene unsettled the officers. No sign of robbery. Her phone was gone, no purse, just her body, staged like a puppet discarded after a grotesque performance. Now ask yourself, who paints a victim's face like a clown? Was it meant as humiliation, a signature, a taunt? Who was Marion? Marion wasn't famous. She wasn't a celebrity or a politician. She was an ordinary young woman, living in Madrid, working shifts at a small cafe and trying to finish her studies in design. Friends described her as funny, warm, but with a sharp edge. She liked underground music, art collectives, and, according to some, she was drawn to darker aesthetics. She was the kind of person who lived between worlds, the ordinary and the strange. But no one expected her story to end like this. The autopsy. Official reports were thin. Marion had died hours before being found. There were no clear signs of sexual assault, no drugs at overdose levels in her system, though traces of alcohol and cannabis appeared. Cause of death, asphyxiation. But even that was contested. Some experts suggested strangulation, others thought smothering. Here's where things shift. Her family believed the clown makeup was applied after death. Police hinted it might have been earlier. Why does this detail matter? Because if it was applied after, it could mean a killer deliberately staged her body. If before, it might suggest she had been coerced, forced into humiliation, or perhaps into some ritual she didn't survive. Rumors and theories. When the story broke, Spanish tabloids feasted on the imagery. The Clown Girl of Madrid, they painted it like a horror story. Reddit threads, online forums, and dark web discussions quickly followed. People speculated about links to street performance groups that blurred art and danger. Occult circles obsessed with masks and faces. Even the urban legend of Los Payasos, gangs that supposedly stalked the streets in clown disguises. But here's a chilling thought. If this wasn't random, if someone carefully applied that makeup, then Marion's death wasn't just a murder. It was a message. What message do you think someone would send by turning a victim into a clown? The last known night. Marion was last seen alive leaving a small underground bar in Lavapiés, a neighborhood in Madrid known for its nightlife, art, and fringe communities. It was late. Surveillance cameras caught her stepping out alone around 1:30 a.m. She looked relaxed, slightly tipsy, phone in hand. But then, nothing. She vanished into the streets. Friends say she texted one of them a short message around 2 a.m. Strange people here. No follow-up. That was the last time anyone heard from her. the suspects that never were. Police tried to build a suspect list, but it never quite formed. Ex-boyfriend? Marion had broken up with a man months earlier. He had a shaky alibi, but no direct evidence linked him. A fringe art group? There were whispers that Marion had attended private gatherings with experimental artists, people who wore masks, used makeup, staged bizarre performances. Could one of these rituals have gone too far? Random predator. Madrid has seen cases of violence against women at night, but the clown makeup staged on her face didn't fit the profile of a random attack. So who could have staged such a grotesque scene? The makeup. Here's where it gets even stranger. Investigators found fibers of makeup sponges, different shades of grease paint. Some didn't even match what was on her face, almost as if more than one person was involved. Or someone experimented before deciding on the final look. Think about that. Was Marion's death the result of multiple people trying to design her appearance after she died? A group project in cruelty? Or a single disturbed individual trying to perfect his signature? The notebook. Months later, an online leak added fuel to the fire. A supposed fragment of evidence, a notebook found inside the abandoned warehouse near where Marion's body was discovered. It allegedly contained cryptic sketches of clown faces, notes about hiding in plain sight, and references to performance art. Police never confirmed this publicly. Some say the notebook was a hoax invented by internet sleuths. Others claim it's real but suppressed because it points to dangerous circles of Madrid's underground art scene. Ask yourself, if that notebook was real, why would authorities bury it? Protecting someone? Or maybe the truth was too bizarre to admit. A family in limbo. Marion's family was left broken. Her mother once said in an interview, "They took her face from us." Not just her life, her face. We never saw her without that paint. The clown image became their nightmare. Each anniversary, small vigils form in Madrid. Posters show Marion's real smile, contrasted with tabloid sketches of her death mask. It's a haunting duality, the woman she was, and the grotesque symbol she became. Online obsession. On Reddit's r/unresolved mysteries, Marion's case still circulates. Threads pop up every few months. Some users argue it's evidence of an organized group, a cult of masks. Others dismiss it as a lone killer with a twisted sense of humor. But the theories always circle back to the same unnerving question. Was Marion chosen at random, or was she selected? The theories. Theory 1. The performance artists. Some believe Marion's death was part of a dark performance. Madrid has long been a hub for avant-garde groups, staging shock events to push boundaries. Was her body arranged as an art piece? If true, who was the audience? Theory 2. The serial signature. A smaller group of online sleuths think Marion may not be the only victim. They cite 2 other unsolved cases in Spain. Both women, both found with unusual staging. Not clown makeup, but strange symbolic touches. One had playing cards scattered around. Another was left barefoot in a city square. Is there a hidden pattern here? Or are we connecting dots that don't exist? Theory 3. The personal vendetta. Others argue this was intimate. A killer who knew Marion, maybe from the art world, and wanted to destroy her image in the most degrading way possible. If true, then the clown wasn't random. It was chosen specifically to mock her. Why no answers? You'd think DNA, witnesses, or Madrid's cameras could solve this. Yet, nothing, no arrest, no trial. and over time the files went colder and colder. Some say police never pushed because Marion wasn't high profile. Others suspect intentional silence, that someone powerful connected to the art scene or politics had something to hide. What do you think? Is this neglect or a cover-up? The last call. Remember Marion's final text? Strange people here. Those 3 words could mean everything. Was she already with her killers? Did she sense danger but not enough to flee? Or was it just a fleeting impression on a normal night? We may never know. The lingering symbol. The clown makeup became infamous. It wasn't just paint, it became a mask over the truth. To this day, journalists call her case La Mujer Payaso, the clown woman. Her real name, Marion Isaguirre, is almost overshadowed by that grotesque image. But behind the makeup was a daughter, a friend, a young woman who had dreams and a life to live. Closing thoughts. So we're left with questions. Was Marion's death the act of a deranged lone killer, or a performance meant to shock? Was she chosen at random or deliberately targeted? And why, after all these years, does the clown face still haunt Spain's memory? Maybe the truth lies hidden in police files. Maybe it sits in the notebook no one wants to confirm. Or maybe it's in the eyes of someone still walking Madrid's streets, waiting to strike again. Until then, the mystery of Marion Isaguirre, the clown makeup mystery, remains unsolved. If you found this story chilling, subscribe for more mysteries and true crime documentaries. And tell us in the comments, what do you think happened that night?